You guys better get some protein for this video. I'm just kidding. Yo, so my name is Rob and welcome to the channel. And today I think I'm going to make a video that you all really need to listen to. I think it's going to be very insightful. It's going to help everybody calm down and it actually might scare some of you. So get ready for the video because in this video, I'm going to be talking about why I am not worried at all that the market is going down. I sleep really well at night. And I know some of you probably go to bed every night with a lot of anxiety. Trust me, I've been there. But in this video, I'm going to talk about investing in general, the crypto space, and at the very end of the video, I'm going to be talking about exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to tell you what I'm holding, how I'm investing, all that good stuff. So pay attention because this video is going to be a good one. All right. So the first thing that I kind of want to talk about is you're like, why are we listening to this guy? All right, he's just some random dude on YouTube. There's plenty of other people to listen to. Well, if it gives you any consolation, I've been investing in cryptocurrency since 2017. And I think the majority of people on here that kind of know what they're doing have been investing since around 2017, 2018. There are a few people that are pre-2017. And those are the people that have made like a considerable amount of money. And the reason I'm saying this is because there was this massive crash in 2017, like the big crash of 2017. I'm pretty sure you've heard about it from a lot of other influencers, and it was brutal. Like the crypto market was blowing up. It was actually blowing up more than it is now in the context of like nobody heard of Bitcoin, nobody heard of Ethereum. If you actually went on Google Trends, people typing in like what is Bitcoin was higher than it is now, and the price just went from like a couple thousand up to like $20,000 in a short period of time, and a lot of people got into the space, and that's when I got into the space. And then there was like a brutal sell-off, like literally it was the beginning of 2018, the market crashed, like, and at the time, like a lot of us that got into crypto, like we didn't have this like deep knowledge of what Bitcoin was. Like we didn't understand the halving cycles, we didn't understand all this stuff, and a lot of people thought it was like a scam. I mean, to be honest, I didn't think it was a scam, but I was very like, wow, like this might never come back. I remember staring at my account and it was down like 92%. And it was hard. And luckily, the reason I'm sitting here today, literally giving you advice on cryptocurrency, is because all of my friends sold. Everybody sold everything. They gave up on it. They like reclaimed their like lousy couple $100 left that they had in their portfolios. And for me, luckily, and I think this comes from my experience with investing, I've been investing in the normal stock market since I was relatively young. I just said, you know, why sell it? Whatever. It was such a small amount of money, so I held it. And I'm glad I held it because it started to go back up, like just shooting up. The hype was building again around Bitcoin and Ethereum and cryptocurrency. Like it was booming around 2020. I was like, man, I've seen this before. So I started buying back in heavily. And I have to say, I've made pretty amazing gains, specifically in Ethereum and Bitcoin. I had a little bit of Cardano from back in the old bull market, and I bought a little bit more, and I've bought other cryptocurrencies. But the reason that I am sleeping well at night, that I do not care the fact that the government is cracking down on cryptocurrency, right? Like I just saw this video about how they want to regulate Bitcoin mining. It's scary, but we've been here before. I've been in crypto since 2017. I remember when China initially was talking about banning, oh, that's the end of Bitcoin. This is the end of this. All these things. The government might try to choke out stablecoins, which they might, okay? And honestly, this market might continue to go down. I mean, we're in a very unique landscape. Like the Fed is raising interest rates and they're tightening everything up. The stock market just reacted, all right? And it's already kind of rebounding. Bitcoin hasn't quite rebounded yet. And then also there's all this regulation coming. In a few weeks, we're having the meeting and they're going to talk about their plan for cryptocurrency. And if the government chokes out stablecoins, which they very well could, or they regulate mining, we're going to go into a crypto winter for sure. Like for sure. Okay? A lot of people think that we're in the mid-cycle of a bull market, which could be true too. Like, but the thing is, I don't care. The reason I don't care is because if you do your research on what you're investing in, you're not going to lose your money. I mean, yes, you could lose your money, but for instance, and I'm talking specifically Bitcoin, I believe in Bitcoin for the long term. I'm buying Bitcoin right now. The only time I don't buy Bitcoin is when we're going around like all-time high territory. So a couple months ago, I stopped buying in at around 50. I let it do its thing. It crashed back down. I started buying back in about 45. And I'm buying Bitcoin every single day. But with that said, that's the only asset I'm buying right now. If you're holding Ethereum and Bitcoin and you're at a loss, just don't sell it. Just hold it, because we could go into a bear market, but it's going to come back up. I truly believe in Bitcoin. Ethereum, I'm a little bit more skeptical about, but the odds of Ethereum 2xing or 3xing if you bought it at its peak a couple months ago is probable. So back to the 2017 story, I bought Bitcoin and Ethereum at like not a good price. It was pretty high. I didn't buy it at the all-time top, but I bought it pretty high. And from when I bought it at its highest to now, still up like 4 or 5x. And if you would have bought it at the exact peak of like 19,000 before it crashed, Bitcoin, and you sold it a month ago when we hit like around 60,000, you'd be up, what, 3x in like 3 years, 3 years? Like, that's phenomenal. Like, you're never going to get that type of return in the traditional stock market. So I think the question is, like, what are your goals? People are going into this space thinking they're going to find this random coin that's going to 100x them. And the reality is, like, that's not going to happen. That's probably not going to happen to you unless you're like an Alex Becker, who is a pretty smart guy, has the capital, so he's not thinking emotionally, and he sits there all day and studies a niche in the market. Like, I'm not doing that. I have a business, I have a job. I'm not doing that. My investment strategy is, if my money can double every 2 or 3 years, I will be very wealthy, and so will you. So that's like the mindset you need to have. Now, does that mean that I don't want to get in on all this action of coins that can 10 and 20x in a year? Oh, of course not. I'm invested in all kinds of altcoins, and I'm going to get into that later, but I'm trying to kind of make you understand your investing strategy, and more than anything, diversification is super important. And I know you've heard this a lot, but I'm going to kind of get into like my meaning behind that. So in cryptocurrency, for some reasons, especially in cryptocurrency, we see this like insane tribalism, right? I made a video about Cardano, and everybody's just attacking each other in the comments about it. And then somebody said, yeah, I bought into Cardano and it wasn't working out, so I switched and now I'm investing in something else. That's not the right mindset that you need to have, okay? This is my investing strategy. Here's my portfolio. Almost all of it is in Bitcoin. I'm going to say 50 to 60% is in Bitcoin, 10% Ethereum, and then all the rest is equally divided among the top 20 crypto coins. So let me actually show you exactly what I have, okay? So I currently own, and I own a few other coins in other accounts. I'm not going to like waste your time pulling up the accounts, but I have Avalanche, Polygon, Ethereum, Cosmos, Tezos. I also have Polkadot. I also have Solana. I have Algorand. I have a lot. Here's the thing. I have a lot of these coins, okay? Now, the reason I have these altcoins is because these little altcoins, these top 20 coins, they have the potential over the next 5 years to 100x, okay? Literally, they could go up 100 times. Now, if I pick one, like let's say I'm Team Cardano, and I have my Bitcoin, that's like kind of my safer investment, I guess you could say, and Ethereum, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going into Cardano. That's stupid. Like, there's plenty of documentation out there that says if you pick one single stock, you have like a 31% chance of like losing the majority of your money. And don't quote me on that number, you can look it up. But with cryptocurrency, it's even 10 times riskier. So like just picking a random cryptocurrency, just because you've watched the videos on YouTube thinking that that is going to be the one that goes like up 100x, 200x, it's not a smart way to think about investing. Like you're being emotional. But what if you picked 20 cryptocurrencies that had a lot of development in the space, a good social following, it had momentum, it had that narrative, it had good technology behind it, and you picked 20 of those, and each of those coins you put $1,000 in. If every single one of them goes to zero, which they're not going to go to zero, likely they're going to go down 50, 80% and then might come back, whatever. But if all of them do terrible, and then one of them over the next 5 years goes 200x, 100x, like Cardano did in the last bull run, you're making money. That's $250,000. And some of the other ones might double, whatever. And then you have your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, which is a lot more stable. Once again, I don't really like Ethereum. I'm not going to get into that. I could totally be wrong. I could be wrong about all this. My friend Will, he's invested in cryptocurrency as long as I have. He's like the opposite. He doesn't like Bitcoin. He loves Ethereum. I love Bitcoin. But this is the mindset that you need to have. Like, if you believe in the project, you hold it through the tough times. So if there's a crypto bear market and there's a couple projects that you like, you buy more of it and you just hold it. Now, with that said, you need to have realistic expectations. Like, what are your expectations with investing in crypto? Are you trying to get that like FU money, like the Lambo, the house, millions of dollars, and you're just like a person that is playing around with a couple $1,000s? It's probably not going to happen for you. You're probably not going to get rich off cryptocurrency. Highly unlikely. But could you become financially independent, get enough money to get a nest egg, and then maybe invest that into like dividend stocks or the S&P 500 or a couple of rental property, or like maybe one rental property? Totally realistic. So you need to set goals and expectations. So if you have, 20 of these top coins, these altcoins, like Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, Phantom, Terra, all these coins, and I hold all those, by the way, and you put in a certain amount, you need to have a goal. Like, okay, when this 20x's, I'm selling this one. When this does this, I'm selling that one, okay? This is kind of how I'm aligned. Like, I have no biases towards altcoins. Like, I could care less, like, about team this, team that. Like, I'm in there to diversify among the top 20 projects. And there's a few other projects that I invest in, and this is all based on technology. Like, I love Aave. Decentralized finance, if the government doesn't crush it, I think is going to be insane. I think it is going to change the world. And so I have a little bit of money in some, DeFi stuff. With that said, though, like, I'm diversified. The only crypto that I am comfortable sleeping in is Bitcoin. And I have a lot of my money in Bitcoin, and I buy Bitcoin every day. But all these other coins, I'm not buying any right now, okay? It's in a weird time. Once we get the news with the crypto regulation, and once I see how the stock market reacts as the Fed starts to tighten, I'm gonna start dollar cost averaging back into every project I have and just hold the coin. I'm not worried because I've been through this before. And if you find people that have been through these massive crashes, you tend to see they make even more money. Like, I'll be going on forums, I'll be on Reddit, and I'll talk with people that survived like the crashes in like 2015 and 13. Like, those people are so rich because they've been through this before. As the market's going down, they're just smiling because they're getting to buy more Bitcoin at a cheaper price. Like, that is the mindset you need to have. So with that said, don't buy crappy coins. I try to stay in like the top 30, and I diversify out with coins that have strong narratives, a lot of developer adoption, good technology, and you just hold ship and then make sure to take profits and follow a plan of like where your goals are, okay? Because one of these projects is going to be massive. Like, one of these smart contract coins, these layer ones, or a scaling solution, that's why I like Polygon, is going to get so big, it is going to dwarf probably Bitcoin. Now, that means it's better than Bitcoin, I'll stop buying Bitcoin? Absolutely not. But if you can get a piece of one of those projects, you're going to do very, very well. But you have to hold it and you have to diversify, because there's no way like you can pick the right one. If you just think, I'm going all in on this one, I'm picking this one, if you win on that one, you're extremely lucky and it's probably not going to work out. So my question to you is, do you want to do well and make money for sure? Or do you want to just gamble and try to, put everything on one coin and get lucky? So that's my video for today. I would tell all of you to just pay close attention to all the regulation that's coming up, check the market, and if we kind of are starting to consolidate down, find the projects you like, diversify out, and keep buying, and don't be afraid. I'll see you guys in the next video.